What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I am down to my top 3. I'm filming 4 in a row here, but I've got number 3 in my top 20 all-time favorite horror movie list. I've been counting down for the last 20 days, backwards from 20 to 1, giving you guys brief reviews and rankings of my 20 favorite horror movies ever. It is Halloween. I'm rocking Michael Myers today. Happy Halloween, guys. I'm loving my Christmas. This is the best day of the year. And so I'm bringing you guys my top 3 favorite horror movies ever. Number 3 comes in as an original classic. I'm showcasing my favorite franchises here in the top several. If you guys have not seen number 20 through number 4, they're on my channel now. Go check those out and come back to this one. Number 3, 1960. It is the grandfather of all slashers for me. It's one of my all-time favorites, of course. Psycho, the original Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock directs. I love this movie. This sort of, it wasn't the first slasher ever, but it really paved the way for slashers and slasher franchises. They really endured the test of time and really focused on an iconic serial killer who was disturbed, you know. Before you had Freddy and Chucky and Jason and Leatherface and Michael, you had Norman Bates. There's just this self-referential, really messed up family ties gone wrong with Norman Bates. Anthony Perkins plays Bates. Again, there are spoilers in this, so if you have not seen it, go back and check it out. But this is probably one of my favorites of all time by far, just because of the pacing of it and how it goes. It starts off with Janet Leigh's character, the star of the film, stealing money. She has this mundane life where she's with somebody who's like with somebody else, and she hates her job, and she's bored with life. And so she decides to go on the lam. She steals some money from her office and goes, checks into a hotel and tries to escape life, but comes across Bates Motel and Norman Bates. And so the whole time you think it's going to be this robbery film with the storyline being Janet Leigh stealing money. It's a big MacGuffin. Alfred Hitchcock used this trick several times, and many directors have done it since, where you think it's one movie and it winds up being something else. Janet Leigh, the star, again, also blazing the way here. Janet Leigh, the mother of Jamie Lee Curtis, who you guys know from Halloween and a bunch of other stuff. The famous shower scene. Janet Leigh's the star of the film. You think she's going to be the final girl in this horror movie. You think this character is going to endure the entire 2 hours or hour and a half. She does not. She is killed. She's the first one killed in the shower. So this blazed the trail of killing off your most famous actress to start a movie and then go on to something else. So, and again, this one is a little slower. 2, 3, and 4 are a little faster. The other Psycho sequels are a little faster. But this one just has great psychological horror and just builds character. If you want a character study to watch Norman Bates, it's realistic. It's played well. And it does, for the first half hour, it does drag a bit because it's on a different storyline. But it all sets up the kills later on. You come to meet Bates. He and Janet Leigh spend time in their hotel room, or in the parlor of the hotel, and you meet Anthony Perkins' character, who he plays so well, Norman Bates, who you think lives alone with his mother. They built this new highway along the road, so nobody comes to Bates Motel anymore, so it's kind of this dilapidated hotel. Bates is this quiet, mild-mannered, polite-seeming guy who's just living kind of a mundane life with this hotel, who lives alone with his invalid mother up in their house off the path. But in reality, of course, we come to know there's a lot of different stuff going on here. The shower scene with Janet Leigh, brutal, ahead of its time, terrifying. The music in this is great. The dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, just great music here. Can't say enough about the direction from Alfred Hitchcock. Can't say enough about the score. And, of course, the relatives now of Janet Leigh's character are trying to find her. The police are trying to find the money. So they go on this wild goose chase with Bates trying to figure out what's going on. The policeman comes in, winds up getting killed by Norman Bates' character in full drag, which you don't really find out until the end when the sister comes in and looks for Janet Leigh's character. When she goes up to the hotel, you see in the basement that Norma Bates, Mrs. Bates, is dressed in... She's a skeleton that's been dug up from her grave and is just dressed in a wig and this the old clothing she used to wear. So you find out that Bates is doing this all himself. The story comes out in the end that when he's finally caught and arrested, that he has both personalities. He has split personality disorder. He killed his mother when he was young, and it drove him crazy. And trying to hide the guilt, he becomes his mother. He talks in her voice. He dresses in her clothes. and believes that she is still around because he is so tied to his mother and so traumatized by what he's done that he is now Psycho. And so at the end, the iconic scene of him talking in his mother's voice in his head about how his mother, they blame each other for what Bates has done, and he's in the jail with a maniacal smile on his face, thinking he's going to rot forever. Of course, he comes back. There are 3 sequels. But this is so iconic. Just Hitchcock's directing, Anthony Perkins acting, the stuff with Janet Leigh, the MacGuffin, the shower scene. It's just so classic. So what do you guys think? Is this a good spot in my list at number 3 for 1960s Psycho? Should it be higher or lower? What are your lists? What did you think of Psycho? What did you think of the whole franchise? Tell me down below, guys. Coming back with my top 2 next. So I'll see you all in a second. But until then, stay scared, dim the lights, lock your doors, and enjoy the movies. Happy Halloween.